Gurgaon is going through yet another crisis, the shortage of house help. Hello and welcome to The Print. I'm Sagrika Kissu and right now I'm in Gurgaon. The crisis comes as a fallout of police verification drive aimed at identifying Bangladeshi nationals. The drive triggered fear, which resulted in eviction of Bengali workers in Gurgaon. And now the residents of Gurgaon are struggling to find a house help or housekeeping staff. The problem was brought into notice by an Instagram account. The Instagram account by the name Bollywood Runner spoke about the house help crisis he's facing in his locality. And since then, there is a buzz. Now the people are openly talking about how the eviction of Bengali workers from Gurgaon is making them struggle for a house help.
It was three calls from house help, cook, and car cleaner that turned Manan Verma's days upside down. Each call had the same message: they wouldn't be coming to work. At the office, colleagues were ordering food instead of getting packed lunch they normally bring from home. Some had arrived late, others were taking the day off. Everyone had the same complaint: their domestic help had suddenly disappeared. This prompted Verma to create a video on the Gurugram maid crisis on Instagram.
Correct. So actually, one fine day, my domestic help, she said that she would not be able to come for work, and she's not sure for how long, and we can look for somebody else if need be. Then I realized the same happened with our cook a couple of days later, and then the car cleaner who was working for us, he also said that he won't be able to make it. So that is when I was like, okay, there's something fishy happening. Then I came to work, and in Gurgaon, a lot of people don't live with their families. They're bachelors living all by themselves. So suddenly they were not able to get their lunches to the office. They were coming late because their house help or the didi was not coming there. So that is when we realized that there was a pattern. Suddenly, why is every domestic help, cleaner, etc., are not coming to their workplace, right? So that is when I started researching about it, and I figured that there was a pattern in this. A lot of people who are from the Bengali-speaking origins, Gurgaon has a lot of domestic helps who are from these Bengali-speaking regions, and suddenly all of them were asked to leave, or there was something happening. I did some research online, and I figured that there was some document verification drive that was happening, and Aadhaar was not serving as a proof of document for these guys. And in the fear of not being able to prove their nationality or being able to give the documents that were required, some of the people left like that, and others were also detained for not having enough documents. So that is what I came to a conclusion on, and that is when I said that I don't know why nobody's talking about it on popular media, and that is when I made this video just sharing my thoughts and if this is something that everybody else was also facing.
Residents of upscale glittering high rises in Gurugram are willing to pay more on one condition: if their domestic help is Hindu, local, and has been vetted or verified. This after a police verification drive conducted in late July and the first week of August aimed at identifying Bangladeshi nationals staying illegally in Gurugram to eventually deport them. The drive triggered widespread fear, with vigilantes and mobs demolishing shanties, leading to a forced exodus of Bengali speaking Muslim migrant workers. Now, reality is sinking in for Gurugram's residents. Instagram and Reddit are full of discussions and debate. Residents are frantically searching for domestic help, housekeeping staff, and laborers for construction work. Meanwhile, residents are relying on service apps such as Urban Company, Pronto, and Brooms, which are bridging the gap between the skewed demand and supply by providing staff on a daily basis. For some, this has offered temporary relief. For others, the high cost makes it unsustainable in the long term.
मेरे पास एक बंगाली मेड थी, उसका रीज़न यही था जो कि क्राइसिस चल रहे हैं गुड़गाँव में, तो उसके वजह से वो उसने छोड़ दिया। बट मेरे को अब इतनी ज़्यादा प्रॉब्लम आ रही है कि मैंने 7 डेज़ में 7 मेड्स को मतलब रखा, बट वो टिकी नहीं। बट अब जो मैंने रखी है तो मैं उसको इतना पे ऑफ कर रही हूँ कि मेरे को ज़बरदस्ती उसको उससे काम कराना पड़ रहा है, जो कि वो वर्थफुल नहीं है। मेरे को लाइक उससे करा रही हूँ मैं काम, 8,000 मुझे उसको देने पड़ रहे हैं, बट जो कि मैं वो 2,000 में करवा दी थी। बट अभी मैं ही नहीं, यहाँ पे सारे रेजिडेंट्स को यही प्रॉब्लम आ रही है कि उनको मेड्स नहीं मिल रही है। अगर मेड्स मिल रही हैं वो हिंदू मिल रही हैं, और हिंदू बिल्कुल भी काम करके राज़ी नहीं है कि हाँ, हम लोग प्रॉपर्ली काम करें, वो बस डिनाई कर जाते हैं कि आ जाएँगे, कल आएँगे। और इस ये इश्यू से मैं खुद वर्किंग हूँ, जैसे कि मैं मॉर्निंग में ज़ुम्बा क्लासेस करती हूँ, तो वहाँ पे मेरे पास बहुत सारी लेडीज़ आती हैं जिनकी यही प्रॉब्लम है कि मेड्स नहीं हैं, और मेड्स नहीं आ रही हैं तो वो ज़ुम्बा क्लासेस भी स्किप करने की कोशिश कर रही हैं। तो मेरे लिए भी ये इश्यू डबल हो गया।
However, for service apps such as Brooms, August has been a month of windfall gains with thousands of new sign-ups from desperate residents. The demand suddenly surged in August. We were astonished, said Saurav Kumar, founder and CEO of Brooms. But this surge was only after tweaking the application as per the demand of the residents. Kumar said the residents were clear that they want Hindu domestic help and the ones who were staying legally in Gurugram. He said, so we added another layer of verification in our service app for the workers. We asked for more documents other than the Aadhaar card and started charging more as well because these Hindu workers were coming from far flung areas and hence we had to cover their transportation charge as well.
So there were apps like Pronto, Snabit, and Urban Company, which are providing house help services to the residents of Gurgaon. And for a couple of days, I did use them because, of course, there was. I mean, everybody else in my society as well was facing the same problem that there were not enough house helps available. So we relied on these apps, Pronto, Snabit, and Urban Company, and Broomies. And I figured that, I mean, they were charging a little high because they serve you for a single day, right? And they were charging as much as 500 to 600 rupees for a single day, which was quite high, right? And and the houses which were still there in our society, they had increased their prices by up to 30, 35%, 40%.
10 kilometers away in Chakarpur, there are many who have benefited due to the changes. When we met Radha, she was smiling ear to ear. She had landed 2 new cooking jobs in a condominium, each paying rupees 8,000. She said, I don't have to scrub utensils all day long now, and I told my employer I'll be taking tea breaks and days off too. I'll work at these 2 houses, come back home, and spend time with my Lalla, she told us. And then with a smirk, she went on to say, अब आया ऊट पहाड़ के नीचे बहुत तंग किया था इन लोगों ने हमें